Are you looking for a quick and inexpensive way to update your coffee or hot cocoa bar for Valentine's Day? Well, if so, then stay tuned. Hi everyone, Pam here from Creative Homescaping. In today's video, I am going to show you how to take some labels that you can find at the Target Dollar Spot or Bullseye's Playground, whatever you want to call it, and turn them into some decor that you can use to update your coffee or hot cocoa bar for Valentine's Day. So I hope you enjoy. So for this DIY, you are going to need this package of labels from the Target Bullseye's Playground area or a similar one from somewhere else. This one cost just $1. Then you're going to need some scissors, and you can use a pencil and some cookie cutter shapes or a punch if you have one. You don't actually need these. You could do this freehand, but you will then need to fold the paper or cardstock. So I think it will be easier if you have the cookie cutters or some kind of heart template to work with. And then you'll need some scrap pieces of paper, decorative paper, or cardstock. If you have very neat handwriting and different colored pens, you could actually even forego the labels. But I thought since I had picked these labels up at Target, which I showed in a haul video, I would go ahead and use them for this project. Before I took these labels out of the package, I wasn't sure if they were clear or if they were the same color as the background. But here you can see I'm lifting them up and they are indeed clear. So you will want to use some paper that has kind of a dark background so that these will show up. If you got the ones that have the black writing on them or you're planning on using a Sharpie, you could use any color background that you want as long as it's in contrast with the pen that you're going to be using. Hello, Teddy. I guess he wants to help with my DIY. Hi, pretty boy. As I mentioned, these are all scrap pieces of paper that I've had left over from other projects or that my daughter had left over from some of her projects. And I am using a more muted color scheme for my Valentine's decor. However, on my coffee bar, I am going to bring in some pink. So I do want to have at least a couple of things that have pink on them. And then, since these are scrap pieces, unless you're trying to center a design like this, I would go ahead and flip the paper over and draw on the back of it so that it won't show from the front of the label when you go to cut out the tracing. This is kind of a gold here. You could always cut along the inside of where you've traced, but I find that cutting on the back is easier. The other thing you want to be aware of is I would avoid using something that has this much of a pattern, because if you try to stick the label on top of it, you can see you can't really see what it says here, whereas on the more plain paper you can see what it says. If you do want to use a more decorative paper, however, you could layer the design. So for instance, you could put your larger heart cookie cutter and cut out a pattern, and then you could use more of a plain paper with the smaller one that will fit inside of it, and that way you could layer the two on top of each other. So you can kind of how that would look by looking here. And here you can see 2 hearts that I've traced on the back of this more decorative paper using the larger cookie cutter. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut those out. And here are my finished labels. There wasn't one for vanilla syrup, so I wrote that in some white pencil, but I may go over it with some white chalk pen. I tried to make it look like it matched the printed labels. So this project ended up costing me a whopping $1 because I had picked up those labels at the Target dollar spot, which you can see here. You can see they're kind of shiny on this tag. But I could have done it at no cost if I had wanted to, because I ended up writing this one myself using some chalk pen on my tag. And I had all of the other materials on hand. I didn't need to go out and spend anything. I had scraps of paper left over from other projects. I had the chalk pen. I had the hole punch I used. I had the ribbon. So it would have been very easy to do this with things I just had around the house. So this could have been a no-cost one. It ended up costing $1. Let me know in the comments down below if you've ever done something similar, or if you think you'll try this for your home coffee bar. And as always, I want to thank you for tuning in. If you're new to my channel, I hope you'll consider subscribing by clicking the subscribe button down below or the icon in the corner. I post several videos a week on how to creatively manage and decorate your home. That's it for now. I hope you'll come back and see what my coffee bar looks like, all decorated for Valentine's Day, when I do my tour video in a couple days. Bye bye, everyone.